All right, welcome back, or welcome for the first time, fantasyteamadvisors.com, bringing home the bacon MLB DFS video. So if this is the first time you have ever come across this channel or you recently subbed, welcome. For anyone that's watched us in the past, you kind of know what's going to happen. We're going to change it up a little bit. My OBS messed up, so I don't have it for the computer right now. I'm trying to get the best settings for it, so hopefully by tomorrow's video I will have the screen share. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through every game on this slate. So there are 15 games on opening day, and we're going to look at the pitchers, and we're going to look at how they fare against the projected lineup on this team, or the opposing team. So might be a little bit longer video, but you might be able to check out who you like. You can kind of listen to the pitchers. Again, when I get the OBS working, you'll have the screen up here, and it'll be a lot easier. On top of that, when you look into it, you can see what best bats are in those opposing lineups. And you can kind of check that out over at fantasyteamadvisors.com. We have, we're going to have a cheat sheet out there. We will have a BVP. It's updated daily. We're going to have ballpark factors as well. That's back. So we're super excited about that. So you can go check that out. We're having a ton of success in NHL and NBA sports betting. We're going to continue that with MLB. So if you are into DFS, you are into sports betting, you can go check us out, fantasyteamadvisors.com. You can click on the FTA Plus tab, and you can check out what we've got there. We got a lot of free content, but we also have some content there. And follow us on Twitter. We are trying to get to 10,000 followers before the All-Star break. So I'm giving, 4 months before 3.5 months to get to 10,000. So we're almost halfway there. So super excited about that. That is at advisors_team over on Twitter. So, looking at the first game, like I said, there's 15 games on opening day, then there's 5 games on Friday. So let's look at opening day starting. And this has nothing to do with weather. So on the website, this is just going through all of the games. So on the website, we will have any weather concerns that we need to look at, where the wind's blowing out, who to target. There's a lot of information for MLB DFS if you have not. Check that out at the website. But looking at this, the first game on the slate is the Braves at the Nationals. Max Fried versus Patrick Corbin. 2 lefties on the mound. Looking at this, Fried's career numbers against the projected Nationals roster: 88 plate appearances, a 207 batting average against him, striking out 19.3% of those batters. Fantastic numbers there. Flip side of that, Patrick Corbin, it has been terrible his entire existence on the Nationals team. Looking at this, in 200 plate appearances against the opposing Braves lineup, 328 batting average against him, a 401 WOBA. He does have 25% strikeouts, so he is getting strikeouts, but he is giving up a ton of bats there. Just kind of looking at some numbers there. His launch angle, bats against him, 11.7 launch angle, whereas Max Fried is 0.1. So Max Fried is getting them to roll over on the ball. Really love Max Fried on here. I think everyone, obviously, they're going to be targeting Scherzer, Cole. They're going to be targeting all these bigger guys. You can pay down both sites, and you can, Max Fried's got a pretty good shot here against the Nats. That's game 1. Game 2. The Giants at the Yankees. You've got Logan Webb versus Garrett Cole. Logan Webb obviously hasn't faced many of the bats, probably just bats that are coming over from other teams. If I were to look, I'll look in a second. 11 plate appearances. They're batting 500 against them, and 9.1 K percentage. His launch angle against them, 15.1. So they're getting under the ball, which exactly what you need here at Yankee Stadium. Just looking, he's faced 2 batters on this team: Harrison Bader, who's not in, and IKF, who we don't know if he's going to start. He's a utility player. So you can pretty much scratch this. This could be one of those matchups where it goes under looked, just because kind of the number looks there. Hasn't faced him. Probably not going to face those 2 bats that he has faced. So you're going up against a player you've never seen before. The Yankees bats, when they're on, they're on. When they're off, they do strike out. Garrett Cole against the Giants, 67 plate appearances, 359 batting average. It's up there. 22.4 K percentage. So just looking at any of the bats, and this doesn't take into effect if they're hurt or anything. This is just the players on this lineup. So Mitch Haniger, he's out. He's got a home run. He's batting .368 against him, so you can wash that out of there. Jock Peterson, I believe he is out as well, batting .444, so you can get him out of there as well. Alex Wood is a pitcher. He's not going to be facing him. So yeah, there's not a lot there. Garrett Cole, I think you're going to pay up. Obviously, he's one of the highest priced pitchers, if not the highest priced pitcher, depending on what site you're playing on. I do like Garrett Cole. I do like the Giants. I don't know if you want to go the whole Arson Judge narrative there, but we will be doing total. So for MLB bets, we will be doing over under total bases. My favorite one is like over under 1.5 total bases or something like that. So we can look at our BVP. We can look at, and we can see who we like for the bets. Same thing goes for when we're picking our DFS lineup out. So that's what I really like. The Orioles at the Red Sox, Kyle Gibson versus Corey Kluber. Gibson against the Red Sox, 41 plate appearances, a .378 batting average against him, striking out 19.5%. Corey Kluber, on the other hand, crazy that Corey Kluber is the opening day starter. 162 plate appearances, a .279 batting average, striking out 19.8% of those batters. Now, I don't know if his numbers are in his prime. We've got Corey Kluber. He's either on throwing a no-hitter like he did with the Yankees a couple of years ago, or he's getting lit up. So these Oriole bats they're going to be sneaky all year, I think. Might not have the best record, but the bats can be sneaky. Brewers at the Cubs, you got Corbin Burnes versus Marcus Stroman. Burnes playing with fire after the Brewers pretty much tried to skewer him when he was trying to get an arbitration, and there's love lost. No love lost between them. Corbin Burnes, 108 plate appearances against the Cubs, .258 batting average, striking out 31.5% of these pitchers, or these batters. That is a astronomical number. I absolutely love Corbin Burnes here. Stroman, on the other hand, 61 plate appearances against the Brewers, .308 batting average, only striking out 16.4%. I'm leaning Burnes here. I don't know if I'll have any exposure to Marcus Stroman. Tigers at the Rays, Eduardo Rodriguez versus Shane McClanahan. Rodriguez, 98 plate appearances, a .344 batting average, striking out 24.5% of those batters. I really love a Tampa Bay stack in this one. I do. McClanahan, 35 plate appearances against them, a .121 batting average. I love McClanahan here. The problem is it's the Rays. Will they have changed anything over the offseason, or are we still going to have the, go a couple of innings, bring in someone? Now, McClanahan isn't an opener, but it's those trying hard to get those quality starts. 5.2 innings, you're out. Here comes the bullpen. So this is what scares me. I do like McClanahan here. I won't have any exposure to Erod. I will have to McClanahan. Philly at the Rangers, Aaron Nola versus Jacob deGrom. I love this matchup. Nola, 15 plate appearances, a .333 batting average against him, so it's a couple of batters on on the Rangers. Flip side of that, deGrom coming over, he's faced this team a ton. He's dominated this Phillies team in the past. 214 plate appearances, 36.9 K percentage against this team, and a .195 batting average. I absolutely love deGrom in this one. As long as he's healthy and he continues through it here, doesn't get hurt in the start, he's in a great spot. He strikes out almost 40% of the batters he's faced, which is astronomical itself. Pirates at the Reds, you got Mitch Keller versus Hunter Green. Mitch Keller's had a good spring. I think he could be sneaky here. 61 plate appearances, a .217 batting average, only striking out 14.8%. Hunter Green, 37 plate appearances, a .143 batting average, 35.1% here. I honestly like both of these. I think both of these are a great pitcher for GPP. I'm not looking more at cash. I think you're going to pay up for that. GPPs is where you got to get a little, froggy a little bit. I like both Hunter Green and Mitch Keller. Rockies at the Padres, you got German Marquez versus Blake Snell. Marquez, 116 plate appearances, a .259 batting average, 22.4 K percentage, where Blake Snell is at 128 plate appearances against the Rockies, .270 batting average, striking out 30.5. The problem is, yes, Blake Snell, when he's on, 10 double-digit strikeouts. When he's off, he's throwing the ball everywhere, he's hitting people, he's walking people, and he's out of the game. GPP-wise, I don't mind either of these. I think a contrarian GPP would be Marquez against this Padres team. I think Blake Snell against this Colorado team outside of Colorado. I have absolutely no problems with that. Blue Jays at the Cardinals, Alek Manoah versus Miles Mikolas. So this is the thing. With MLB this year, they are playing every single team. So it's usually you start with your division. When you play, you don't play interleague starting off. Here we go. Interleague starting off. Manoah never faced any batter on the Cardinals. Miles Mikolas on the Blue Jays, 39 plate appearances, a 200 batting average, 25.6 K percentage. This is a dangerous Blue Jays team, but Mikolas, SP2 on DraftKings, don't mind that. Twins at the Royals, Pablo Lopez versus Zach Greinke. Lopez hasn't faced many of these bats because he's coming from the National League and the Marlins. 3 batters, struck out 1, which is 33.3%, and given up 1 hit, which is 333. So Greinke, it's really hard to trust Greinke at all. 137 plate appearances against the Twins, a 271 batting average, striking out only 17.5 K. He's not really a strikeout pitcher. I don't like Greinke here. Maybe Lopez, I think, could be a sneakier option for GPP. Mets at the Marlins. Scherzer versus Alcantara. Scherzer, 101 plate appearances, a 277 batting average. You're going to be paying up for him. I do like him against the Marlins team. Alcantara against the Mets, he's actually held his own. 218 plate appearances, 234 batting average, striking out 17.4%. I do like both of these. I think both are a great cash option. You obviously save some money here with Alcantara. White Sox at the Astros, Dylan Cease versus Framber Valdez. Cease, 56 plate appearances, a 354 batting average, so not the best. 21.4 K percentage. It's just the Astros are really good. Valdez, 108 plate appearances, a 299 batting average with a 14.8 K percentage. Not the best either. So looking at that, I really like Valdez here for GP. Pretty much both of them are for GPP, but don't expect much out of Cease. Cease will be the one that, if he can dominate, he should be very low owned. My suggestion, if you are playing multiple lineups, limit it to, like on DraftKings, 20 entries. I wouldn't go to 150 just because that's where people are using algorithms. That's where there's maxing out the cash, and you're not going to, over long haul, you might win one. Over the long haul, you won't. I really do like maxing out at 20, make 20 lineups, especially on opening day. And look for guys that steal bases too, because these bases are pretty big. The rules that have changed, the pitch clock, the violation, you can only throw over twice. You're going to see an uptick in stolen bases, I think. So that is something else to look at if you're digging into it. Angels at the Athletics, Ohtani versus the A's. Ohtani, 67 plate appearances, striking out 31%, 119 batting average against him. Absolutely love that. Kyle Muller has faced 2 batters, 500 batting average, hasn't struck either of them out. So love Ohtani here, is dominating. He's gonna be the highest owned pitcher on the slate. That's a fact. Cash games, you have to have Ohtani. I think he's he's in line for a fantastic game, and with cash, you got to eat the chalk there. Diamondbacks at the Dodgers, you got Zach Gallen versus Julio Urias. I'm actually surprised Clayton Kershaw's not opening day starter, but here we are. Gallen, 95 plate appearances, a 176 batting average against him, 28% strikeout. I kind of like this. This is a sneakier one because people are going to like, oh, it's the Dodgers. They're amazing. Gallen's had success against them in the past. GPP, yes. Cash, I wouldn't. Urias, 114 plate appearances, a 168 batting average, 19.3 K percentage. Like him too. There are bats on the Diamondbacks that I will have. Corbin Carroll, I think he's the fastest guy in the league right now. Stolen bases are up there. If he can get on base against Urias, I love that. The final game on the slate, the Cleveland Guardians at the Seattle Mariners. You got Shane Bieber versus Luis Castillo. Bieber, 75 plate appearances, a 214 batting average, 37.3 K percentage. This is what I like. So for the first kind of few go-arounds, first like 10 to 15 days, minus the weird off day that one team has, we're going to have all of these stud pitchers pitching on the same days. Unless they get hurt, or again, there's a day off that one team has at the other. So there's going to be people. Shane Bieber's going to go under the radar because you've got the Max Scherzer, you've got the Garrett Cole, you have the Ohtani on there. Bieber has fantastic numbers in Seattle against Castillo. Flip side of that, Castillo against the Guardians, 110 plate appearances, 283 batting average, and a 22.7 K percentage. Don't know which Castillo we're going to get. Are we going to get the stud that was in Cincy? Are we going to get the dud that was in Cincy before he got traded to the Mariners? And then he kind of flipped a page. It's a new year. It's a new him. We don't know what to expect, but that is the breakdown. If you liked it, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button. Again, I apologize. I don't have this up on the screen. My OBS, hopefully I'm going to get the settings and the microphone, everything working for day 2 in the MLB. We're going to continue it. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com is the website. If you sign up at FTA Plus, you get DFS content and you get sports betting content if you do the correct package. We are killing it on NBA and NHL, dominating NHL right now. And we're going to look to continue that. More so, if you got the money line bets, but we really like the player props the best, that brings the best action, and it gets you really involved in the game. So that's what I've got. Good luck on opening day, and let's bring home some bacon, guys.